tomorrow it begins, my fourth prolonged water-only fast. If this is the first time you're hearing that term, a prolonged water fast is basically fasting without any food, only on water, and maybe some micronutrients, potassium, sodium in different forms. Different people will use different things. I plan to use lemon water. Different people do it for different reasons. Mostly it's a complete detox of your entire being. For me, more than even a detox, because I think like there are different things that you can do for a detox. I think something that only fasting and a prolonged water fast, only this can give you, is a complete reset of your whole system. I've done 4 prolonged water fasts. My first was a 10-day, then a 21-day, then a 13 days, and now I'm doing a 21-day water fast starting tomorrow. Today's T-1. My 21-day, the last time that I did my 21-day, it literally reset my entire system in the sense of, yes, you lose weight, but again, there are better ways. I believe intermittent fasting is a better way to lose weight, consistent long-term weight. And but I was diagnosed with diabetes type 2 in 2010. And maybe a couple of years I started on metformin medication, etc., etc. And then in 2017 or 18, when I started to sort of broaden, open my horizon to naturopathy and more natural way of doing things, 2019 was my first long-term fast, 10-day. That's when I started sort of opening up to the understanding of what's really happening in my body, right? And so, cutting the long story short, I can share my diabetes journey in some other video, but cutting the long story short, when I did my 21-day long water fast, 3 months post that, my HbA1c, which is one of the critical sort of tests that you have to see what your blood sugar has been over the last 3 months, and the range is non-diabetic, pre-diabetic, diabetic, good control, diabetic, okay control, poor control, whatever. Even before that, I used to take care of my health, and so my HbA1c used to be in diabetic good control. But after my 21-day water fast, it went to non-diabetic, right? So what a fasting literally does is it resets all the imbalances in your body, because what it's basically doing is, when you're going for a long fast, there's something known as autophagy, where in your cells are eating your cells, which could sound scary, but it is not if you do it the right way. If you ensure that, there's a video that's going to pop up somewhere here. I'll also put the description down below, in which I share more about who should not fast and how should you prepare for fasting, etc. A little bit of those things. You can see there, if you're following those pieces, then the cells that are actually not healthy and that need to die faster are the cells that are eaten up, and rejuvenation of cells happens in your body, thus your entire body. And so if you do a long fast, it gives enough time to your body to eat up the cells that are actually unhealthy, old, and once the unhealthy old cells have been eaten up, the new rejuvenated cells are born. Thus your entire body, your entire being, all different systems are kind of getting a reset. Yeah, and that's the main reason I believe fasting, a long prolonged water fast, is very, very important. What had happened over the last 1.5 2 years was, I had sort of the things that I don't want in my life had started expanding slowly but surely, and the things that I wanted, who I wanted to be, how I wanted to be, had started sort of diminishing. And last 3 to 4 months, I'd been sort of trying to figure out ways to start changing, but I was just hitting a resistance wall again and again. And so there's this saying, you may have heard it: if you want radical change, change something radically. And a 21-day prolonged water fast is a radical thing to do in anybody's life. So that's why I'm doing my 21 days. And I think if you're not pregnant, if you're not underweight, if you don't have a bag of complicated medication doses, and if you're in general good health, I believe fasting is something that everybody should try, just because of the immense benefits. And yes, in the beginning, it might feel tough. In the beginning, your mind is going to revolt like crazy. You've got to stay through it to see the benefits, to experience the benefits that nothing else can provide you the way fasting does. My purpose behind creating this series, I'll be logging my 21-day journey every single day. There are two main reasons. One is for my personal accountability, and also my personal reflection, right? I will be sharing what's happening in my mind, what kind of thoughts come in, what kind of emotions come in, how my mind tries to play tricks with me, what's happening in my body, all of those things. I'll be logging in. So that's one reason, personal. And the second reason is I truly believe that any kind of fasting, like if 21 days seems unfathomable, start with a 1 day, progress to a 3 day, 5 day, 7 day. Hopefully, at some point in time, you might want to give a prolonged water fast a go. And they say a long water fast is 10 days, is the smallest long water fast, because it takes that much time for your body to kind of get into the rhythm of being without food. A very, very different paradigm, if you will. Yeah. So that's my second reason. I believe it is very beneficial to go on a long-term water fast. That being said, I'm not a medical expert. I don't intend to be one. I am somebody who learns through my own experiences. My truths are based on my experience, right? My truths of my body, my mind, my emotions, my spiritual self. It is all based on my experience. Do I not learn from others? Of course I do. I learn from the outside external world. I learn, I practice, and as I experience, that brings me my real truth. Okay, so whatever I share with you is based on that, is based on learning from others, but only after digesting personally through my own experiences. Also, this 21-day fast is a part of a bigger journey that I'm on. I'm on an 82 days to a new me journey. Within that, this is sort of the kickstart to my journey. And if this is something that you're interested in, to know how the 82 days pan out, to know how the 21 days pan out, to know what happens on a day-to-day basis, the links are somewhere here and in the description below. Follow along, and I would love to hear from you what you think, if you've had such experiences, what questions come up for you, what fears come up for you. Yesterday I was talking to somebody and they said, if you feel really good, if there's like this gut feeling of, oh yes, I want that, and along with that gut feeling of I want that, if there isn't some fear there, then is it really even worth it? That some fear or some like doubts are what are sort of the platform for you to discover, understand what these fears and doubts are, and find your own truth through your own experiencing, through your own discovering. All right, I'll continue seeing you on this journey.